Hi, Rex.
Hi, Josh.
I believe we have a disclaimer or something for the people.
We do. So, with the holidays coming up, our normal recording schedule always tends to fall on Tuesdays, and this year, Christmas and New Year both fall on Tuesdays. Due to this,
we want all of you to have a happy Christmahana Kwanzaa, and for all of you people who celebrate real holidays, have a happy Festivus. For the rest of us.
We'll be taking 2 weeks off with releasing because we don't want to get behind in our recording. So we will be returning to, after this episode, returning to regular scheduled release dates on the 7th of the new year.
We now return to your regularly scheduled programming. Rex, doing his best impression of a turd.
Fuck you, Josh.
That was pretty good. How'd you even do that?
Oh, you're a pain in the
ass. That's what the turd said. Pain in the ass. Like, not enough fiber or something. Too much fiber? Poop jokes. Happy holidays, everybody.
I was hoping for a little bit more professional than that, but okay.
Nah. Did we get all the information we needed in that?
I don't know.
I feel like we did.
I was told you were coming.
So, who do you kill for fun around?
If this girl gives him 1 minute of happiness, it is 1 minute too much.
Baby.
She's not Angel anymore.
I'm back.
Jeez.
I don't like vampires. I'm gonna take a stand and say they're not good.
You're like a candle.
It's fucking fantastic.
I love that sound.
The ice cream bar's this way.
Hello!
Good morning.
It's morning somewhere.
How are you today, Rex?
I'm pretty damn good.
Tell me, what's the title of our show?
Today's episode... Oh no, not today's episode.
For fuck's sake.
God damn it.
It's your opening.
It is my opening. Welcome to Beer with Buffy. I'm Rex.
I'm Josh, and this is what happens when we try to be organized. Congratulations on being part of it.
I've had a long fucking week.
I've had a long fucking life. What's your point?
Cheers to that. So today we are reviewing Season 2, Episode 5, Reptile Boy.
Reptile Boy.
The title's kind of misleading.
It's extraordinarily misleading. And yet, I wasn't completely wrong. First, I rolled my eyes like I was pushing them up a hill for an eternity.
We're going to call that Sisyphusing your eyes.
Yes, I Sisyphused my eyes. And I was like, okay, I'm guessing it's a frat boy lizard and Buffy kills him. I wasn't completely wrong. Back-to-back Monster of the Week episodes.
Yep.
Inca Mummy Girl. Reptile Boy.
We're going to get a few of these sorts of things.
What's next? Werewolf Baby?
That might actually happen in
That
this series.
might actually be a thing.
They'll have werewolves later.
Yeah.
So, before we continue, Josh, how about a mom synopsis?
Joshua! I found this iguana in your bedroom.
What?
Does it have anything to do with your episode today? Wink, wink. First of all, Mom, what the fuck are you doing in my bedroom? And second of all, you leave Hannibal alone.
Your imaginary iguana is named Hannibal.
Sure. That's right, Rex. How many other imaginary pets do you think I have?
At least 4.
Not nearly enough. I'm not even gonna go there. So this episode is very confusing to me, Joshua. It's almost as confusing as you having an iguana named Hannibal. It's apparently a hologram. I don't know. Oh my god.
Did you buy it off Quark?
This one flew off the rails really quick.
It really did. Are you sure the point is you're not supposed to plan for these?
Not anymore. Joshua! What are you doing, Joshua? You're watching another Monster of the Week episode and you're trying to be clever. Off the cuff. I told you couldn't be clever off the cuff. They're all gonna laugh at you. Adam Sandler's mom was right. So what happens in this episode, Joshua? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were all bored, and then Buffy cuts off the tail of this weird lizard creature thing that a cult has formed around in a fraternity house, and then everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything was fine, especially Cordelia. Cordelia was especially fine.
Yes.
Is this for me? I must be ready. I need my strength. Give me more!
Nights I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something in your eye.
So, we open the episode to Buffy's room.
So I was trying to relate, the lizard thing to an iguana somehow. The connection just never hit.
No.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we open the episode to Buffy's room, and they're having a slumber party, but Xander's there.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, don't you have any male friends, Xander?
I don't think he does. I think those are his only friends.
This is starting to get a little weird.
He had one male friend, but he got turned into a vampire and then killed.
By Xander.
Yes.
Technically. Kind of. Okay, not really.
But they're watching it's
a Bollywood movie.
And they don't know what's going on, and they're discussing it. Did you notice that Xander wasn't braiding shit?
He was just playing with Willow's hair.
Yeah. That I postulate that obviously the side that Xander was playing with was already braided by Buffy.
I was going to say maybe he just likes playing with her hair.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I like having my hair played with. Don't you dare. I see that look in your eye.
God, no.
Stop braiding me with your eyes.
Oh, God.
You make me sick.
Moving on.
Yeah, well, no, so Willow had this funny moment. She suggested that they sneak into the bronze with tea bags and order hot water. And that was why they were spending the night in, is because they're all broke, and we all know how that feels.
Oh, do we?
And just real quick, Buffy establishes that Sunnydale has been really quiet, and that's why they're getting some nice quality friend time in that fucking special.
Yep.
Cut to girl running from a mansion.
Oh, hold on. The way they shot this when they first cut to this mansion, I was expecting something to be going in the house, not out of the house. So, that surprised me. And the girl literally runs through this window face first, practically.
Well, I mean, if I'd been in her position, I probably would have too.
Yeah. She climbs down a balcony and takes off running. And of course, the mansion is directly next door to a cemetery.
To the cemetery. What part of Sunnydale is not directly next to at least a cemetery?
I think, honestly, that's the case because they mention at one point how many cemeteries there are. And
Yeah,
there's a fuck ton.
There's 10 of them or some shit.
More than that, I think.
It's a lot of fucking cemeteries. Is it an interconnected series of cemeteries? Or is it all
think so.
Totally separate cemeteries?
I don't know because they only ever say the cemetery. They never say the name of the cemetery or anything.
I like to think it's an oligarchy of cemeteries that are all connected by underground tunnels, but have different names.
Yeah.
And not just west, south, north, central, blah.
Well, there are a lot of underground tunnels. I mean, where do you think vampires hide?
That's true.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. So anyway, she's running through a cemetery.
They should rent out apartments in the Hellmouth.
Yeah.
Why not?
They might.
It's prime real estate.
No shit. They're running through the cemetery. Did you notice the random fucking pyramid? Did you see the pyramid?
No.
There's a pyramid.
Was it a gravestone?
Yeah, I guess. But it was as tall as a person.
Some people go balls out with their fucking headstones.
But
or their families.
She's being chased by these cultist-looking people in brown, blackish robes.
And apparently one of them has teleportation powers.
Yeah, because he is ahead of her, and looks like the quintessential douche frat boy.
Yeah, somehow overtakes her from the opposite side she's running towards.
Yep. And they grab her, they drag her off back to the house, and then we cue the opening sequence. I mean, not a bad opening, but
Nothing notable about this opening thus far.
yeah.
Frankly, nothing notable about this episode, but spoilers,
Yeah.
I guess.
So then we're back to, after the opening, we're at the school.
In the hallway.
And Cordy.
I was like, wow, that is some horrendous fake laughing. Oh, it's Cordy, of course.
Okay, so Cordy is apparently trying to better court specifically rich college seniors.
Yeah.
When did Cordy become essentially akin to Xander when it comes to talking to boys?
She was really bad at it this episode.
This whole episode.
She's normally in control of that shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
I mean, she has no problem interacting with Xander. And there's some great bits between her and Xander.
And tearing him down a notch.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got a couple of good lines there. I mean, the thing that I really want to talk about in regards to what you just said doesn't happen till later, so let's cover this first.
So, Cordy's doing her weird, fucking, creepy, awful laughter thing, like an alien fucking laughing.
And then Buffy and Willow are talking about boys again.
Specifically, though, they're talking about how Buffy has been having wet dreams of Angel.
She doesn't say that.
They don't call it that, but come on.
We know.
We know.
We see
you.
Ew. You're taking my lines, boy. I'm the one that says ew around here.
We can share the job.
I will when you put it like that. A diddly do.
So Xander joins up with Buffy and Willow. They're walking down the hall.
The Irish are just going.
Maybe they'll listen out of spite. I'll accept spite listens.
I'm almost sorry, you guys.
So they end up stopping and talking to Cordy for some stupid reason. Xander starts, banter with Cordy, and Cordy has one hell of a good burn here. So much so that after Cordy's burn, Xander just pauses and then walks away. Like, he doesn't even respond. He just like, oh, you've won, I've got nothing, and walks away.
I see. I didn't get the impression that it was oh, you've won, and he just walks away, so much as it was wow, that escalated quickly, and this isn't worth my time. This shit isn't worth dealing with.
But Cordy's line here is really fucking harsh, in my opinion, but well done. She says, oh, you'll get into college someday, Xander. I just know your pizza delivery career will take you to so many exciting places. Mm-hmm. Her delivery is perfect deadpan.
Yeah. No, I find this relatable content personally offensive.
How many pizza delivery jobs have you had?
At least 3.
At least.
I worked at Pizza Hut twice. Who does that? Why?
You apparently.
Dear God.
You didn't learn the first time to don't.
No, I really didn't. Yeah. It's the economy. It's such a bad economy. God.
I do kind of like the fact that Xander doesn't go to college. Like, she's not wrong.
Yeah, doesn't he become like a mason or some shit?
Yeah, he gets a job doing construction.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway.
Dig this. Dig this. Sorry you had to wait. Fire, beheading. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Sunlight. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Cold water. Usual. Oh yeah, I hit him. With what? A desk.
Then we go to the library. The bell rings and they gotta, go to class or whatnot. And Buffy's like, oh, I gotta meet Giles. I was supposed to meet him. So she heads to the library and God damn it, Giles. God damn it, Giles. What the fuck? He's trying to be strict with her.
Yeah.
But he's so
bad at it.
Fucking awful at it.
Yeah.
He's not effective at it. And then, like, the way he's doing it, he's just coming off as a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to use the premise of the episode that there's nothing going on to say that she needs to use that time to prepare, because obviously shitty things are gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's like saying you need to continue saving money even when you're doing well financially.
Right. Which, the logic isn't wrong, but goddamn. She's talking about just having a night out, and he doesn't want her to go gallivanting with her friends and shit. And he tells her,
oh yeah, there was a fun little bit here. He pretty much just demands that she come straight to the library after 6th period and finish her homework and don't think that pouting is going to get me because it won't.
Holy shit.
Buffy pouts harder.
She pouts well.
Really well.
Like, damn.
It's not getting to me.
Damn, Sarah Michelle Gellar, you really fucking know how to pout.
Yeah. Like,
I wanted to reach in there and give her a puppy.
she didn't play it up too hard.
No, it was exactly the right level.
It was like actual pouting, not fake pouting.
Right.
Where you're just batting your eyes.
It
and
was amazing. I just wanted to give her a puppy right there. Maybe 3 puppies.
Do you have a lot of puppies just sitting around?
You know, they're around.
And then he shot out a puppy. And wait,
What?
where did this page come from? Damn it! Anyway,
But the next scene is her sitting outside on a railing, and Willow and Xander walk up, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm dilly-dallying with my friends."
dilly-dallying. That's right. I was thinking lollygagging.
I don't even think either of those are the ones he uses.
No, I think it was dilly-dallying. Doesn't matter.
But yeah.
Irregardless.
God damn it.
Ha!
Fuck you.
It's been like 7 or 8 episodes since I've used that, so...
I was hoping that it would just go away.
Don't worry. I'll hit you up again on, like, episode 22 or something.
Fuck you.
I'm totally gonna do that, too.
I'm gonna be pissed if you nail it on, like, actually episode 22.
You think I'm gonna forget? I don't forget these things, Rex.
You know what, Josh? I have faith in you. I have faith that you are going to remember to burn me because you're an asshole.
That makes 2 of us
Yep.
that have faith in me. Anyway.
We're both assholes, too.
Sure.
You know why I'm an asshole?
Because you poop
Because I'll never let you finish a sentence.
at least once a day?
I didn't hear what you said.
Unless you're constipated.
What's that?
I said, because you poop. You said, do you know why I'm an asshole? And I said, because you poop.
I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
Consistently.
What'd you say, Josh?
Orally.
Orally? What the fuck?
You are orally pooping all over me, all over my chest as we speak.
Oh, God.
Ugh. And I find it very disrespectful, Rex.
I have to say to the listeners, I am not pooping anywhere but the bathroom because this is my apartment.
Orally, it's a metaphor, Rex. And I find
Your
you
metaphors
getting
are
off
gross.
topic right now.
Your metaphors are gross.
Thank you.
You're not supposed to be proud of that.
And that's why I'm special.
Were we reviewing a show?
You know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. Let's just make bad jokes all night.
Oh,
Enough
right.
about me. Let's talk about you, Rex.
This is, Cordy comes walking by and sees the college boys drive up. Fucking, this is the moment when I really wrote down that Cordy, like, is trying to catch a guy like Xander. Because she walks up and she, like, she leans over at the window and is talking to him, and he says something about...
in the same way that Xander would get a girl,
Yes.
not trying to get a guy similar to Xander.
Right. Like, she is basically Xandering the hell out of trying to get this guy.
Well, she's using the stupid magazine article's advice to... You have to laugh at everything a guy says.
He says something that is like asking a question, and she just fucking does that horrid laugh.
Yeah, she's got absolutely no improv skills here.
She obviously knows how to flirt with boys.
I mean...
What the fuck?
They brought the Joker... Yeah, seriously, she doesn't need this stupid-ass magazine article to flirt with guys.
When did she become the female Xander?
I don't know. All I could think during this scene was, gee, I wonder if Cordelia's gonna end up in the same position as that girl from the Open.
Right. Because the guy who's driving is the guy who was in the Open.
Yes.
And, you know...
One of them, anyway.
I think it would have been better if they did not show us that.
I don't think they were trying too hard on this one.
Well, yeah, but I think it would have been better if we didn't know that these guys were those guys. But the passenger, I didn't write down his fucking name, but the passenger is like eyeing Buffy and says, "Hey, who's that girl?" and they tell Cordy that she needs to go get Buffy, and fucking Cordy just walks up, grabs Buffy's hand, and practically drags her down the fucking stairs.
Right, so there was frat twat number 1 and frat twat number 2.
Yes.
The one in the passenger seat was Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, frat twat number 2.
Yes.
That's hard to say. Frat twat number 2.
Frat
twat. Frat twat number 2.
8 more times!
God damn it. That might actually be good vocal practice.
It probably would be.
They drag Buffy up. She doesn't want to go. Why the fuck? How is Cordy able to drag her anywhere, goddammit?
The look on Cordy's face when he was like, can you introduce us to your friend? And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was so painful for her.
It was fantastic.
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved it.
Oh my god.
I loved all over it. I'm sorry, I had to go there.
Ew.
I am the gross one this episode.
You are.
Oh well.
You usually are.
You're not wrong.
No, I know. I'm never wrong. That will never bite me in the
And
ass.
that's where you're wrong. Yeah. Not about it not biting you in the ass. It's definitely going to bite you in the ass.
You mean besides me? No, I didn't ask. You mean besides me? Do you believe? I didn't ask. We have to achieve our dreams, otherwise we wither and die. We're going to the other cool place in Sunnydale.
Tom starts flirting with Buffy, and he's actually being fairly, suave. Like, he's actually a smooth fucker. He pays heed to the fact that this is weird, but I want to say this. So, they are seniors in college.
Yeah.
So, they're at least 22.
Roundabout.
If not older.
Yeah.
No 22-year-old with any actual fucking brain or good motives ever
Pulls up to a high school.
wants to fuck a 16-year-old. No way. Like, dude, no 22-year-old's like, man, I want to get tied up with a high schooler.
Certainly no 22-year-old that isn't a pedophile
Right.
wants to go date a 16-year-old.
Exactly.
But there's tons of fucking douchebags out there that would absolutely love to just
And you know
walk
what?
through that hallway.
Those guys are pedophiles. I don't care. I didn't want anything to do with high school kids when I was fucking 22.
I didn't want anything to do with high school kids when I was a high school kid.
Agreed. Fuck that.
Yeah.
The moment I was done with high school, I ran far and long away from it.
Yeah.
I kept running, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep running because fuck that shit.
I remember people crying, classmates crying when school was over at
Right.
the end of the year. And I'm like, really?
These are the happiest years of our lives.
Oh,
Bullshit.
I was always so fucking
Bullshit.
relieved at the end of the year.
Oh, God. Me too. Mm-hmm. Fuck school.
Yeah.
Ah.
Fuck school. Let's do a podcast in our mid-30s. It'll be
Also,
fine.
in this bit, we got a bit of Nice Guy Xander. Because as Tom's flirting with Buffy, he's over there by Willow, Nice Guy Xandering it up. Mm-hmm. We're still dealing with it.
Which instance are you referring to specifically?
This specific instance is when Willow and Xander are still at the stairs, the railing where Buffy was sitting. And she's down talking to Tom and flirting. And he's like, she's not going to go for this.
Oh, yeah. I had mixed feelings on that, on Xander's reaction here. Because on one hand, I'm like, Xander, you've long since lost talking privileges in general.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other hand, ew, I agree.
No, his disgust at these college boys is not wrong. His motives for being disgusted are wrong.
Yes. He seems to always have an ulterior motive behind everything he says.
Exactly.
And it's always clearly, why aren't I fucking Buffy?
Yep. God damn it.
Yeah.
Right. This bit with Xander, Buffy walks off because Giles shows up and she's like, oh, I have to go. And Cordy's still there flirting with them. Xander says to Willow, I hate these guys. Do you hate these guys? And I wrote down Willow's line here.
Is this one of your quotes of the day?
This is one of my quotes of
It
the
is
day.
also one of my quotes of the day.
Do you want to read it or shall I?
I would like to read it,
Go right ahead.
if I may. Willow's like, Yeah, with their charmed lives and their movie star good looks and more money than you can count. I'm hating. I felt like it very well mirrored what we as the audience are supposed to be feeling right now as well. Like, fuck those guys, but at the same time, I kind of admire those guys, but at the same time, we also know that they're...
Right, and that's kind of my point.
Creepy rapist
That's
stalker
kind of my
dudes.
point. I would actually be more shocked by their later reveal of being, the cultist dudes if they didn't show that douche in the opening.
I felt, it would have been a much more solid setup for the show if it had been like, hey, things are actually quiet. And as far as we know,
right,
as far as even the audience knows, there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I think that would have been way better.
And then we slowly figure out that something's fucking awry or amiss throughout the episode. That would have been way cooler.
Yeah.
Instead of having it spoon-fed to us.
So let's pretend they cut the opening bit of the girl running away.
Yeah.
And they just leave in the part where Buffy finds the bracelet later.
Yeah.
And then it's a big mystery.
Exactly.
And then it's an actual mystery.
Yes. That's all they would have had to have done.
And it would have improved the episode tenfold.
Like, they could still do that and re-release the episode, and it would still work just the same, I think.
So we go to the library, and Buffy and Giles have to train. Oh my God, Giles, you suck at your job.
He's certainly he's a cleric. He is not a warrior.
No, he's not a warrior.
And I don't know why he keeps trying to train Buffy to fight.
More importantly, I don't know why he keeps thinking he can.
And why did he put up all this fuss? I thought the point was she needed to go study, not train.
I don't know.
Because he
I don't
said,
fucking know.
Come here and do your homework
He's
or
like,
something.
no, he steps out of the fucking weapons cage thing, and he's like, I'm going to attack you. I am not going to hold back.
Which was his first mistake.
Right? And Buffy just hands him his ass.
Yeah.
Breaks his staff, disarms his sword. He has a sword and a staff, first off. Big mistake there. Why do you have a staff, a two-handed weapon, and a sword in the other hand?
Excuse me, Giles. Is this your ass?
Yes.
I think you've lost it.
We found it on the library floor.
Oh, I have been looking for that. Thank you.
She disarms him. She breaks his staff. She throws him onto a table. And then he's just like, I guess we're done.
Yeah. After all that fucking fuss, he's like well, you're on patrol then. See you tomorrow.
If she can kick your ass so many ways, Giles, maybe you need to come up with better fucking plans for training.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just projecting his own frustration with his lack of ideas and skills onto Buffy.
You're probably right.
He's the one who needs to be training.
Definitely.
You dumb British bastard.
So then we go to the graveyard, where she's patrolling.
Where immediately Angel shows up. Buffy, we have a problem.
Yep.
And it's me this time.
I'm so tortured.
This was the most Edward-esque moment he's ever had.
Dude,
So much melodrama.
Angel isn't the first sexy vampire. He's not the worst sexy vampire, but this is the closest he does come to the worst sexy vampire because he is very nearly hardcore Edwarding it up.
We can't do this, Buffy. It'll be bad or something.
Yeah, generally speaking, he falls pretty solidly middle ground between Lestat and Edward.
Can I do a dramatic reading?
Yes, please, Josh, do a dramatic reading.
Buffy, this could get out of control. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? This isn't some fairy tale when I kiss you. You don't just wake up and live happily ever after. No. When you kiss me, I want to die. That's the sound of her running away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Her delivery was not as bad as you made it out to be, but his wasn't much better.
Just the writing. I don't care. There's no good way to deliver that scene.
No, there really isn't. Oh, fucking Christ.
What does that mean? When
I
you
don't
kiss
know.
me, I want to die.
What is their damn issue? Like, You know what?
Teenagers.
You know why their relationship won't work? It has nothing to do with her being 16 and him being like 200 something.
241.
241. It has nothing to do with their fucking hundreds of years difference. It has everything to do with the fact you can't have a relationship without fucking communication, and they can't talk to each other. They can't talk about things they're supposed to be talking about.
I was going to say it's because Angel's still 14 emotionally.
That too.
Yeah. So
I'm so sick of it.
back to the school.
Yep.
There's a reason why you're here. Reason what's now. There's a reason why you're here. Reason what's now.
Cordy begs Buffy to come to the Zeta Kappa party.
Cordy pisses me off in this scene.
Yeah.
She has her head so far up that man's ass.
Way up in there, Morty. I'm gonna need you to...
Way up in there.
I'm too old to fall right out.
I've done this too many times.
Oh, excellent.
She rags on Buffy badly here. Just really badly.
She actually said that she had too much respect for Buffy to lie to her.
You know, and you know what? Good on you, Cordy.
I think she has too much respect for hair.
Right?
To lie to Buffy about her hair.
After Buffy agrees to go, she says to Buffy, "It's like we're sisters, but with really different hair."
Yeah. And supposedly Buffy's motivation for going to this with Cordelia is because she's so ignored by Angel.
Yeah, what the...
Come on. Really? You haven't known him long enough to feel ignored by... You're not even dating him.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So...
I mean, Willow comes up with a good point later, but I'll cover that when we get there.
Yeah. And so then we go to the lair where the fucking Delta Kappas are bad guying it up.
Oh, yeah. They put on hoods. They're basically just the Masons.
They got the same interior decorator that the Master had.
You're right.
But there's a hole in the ground. This one.
There's a hole in my mansion, dear.
I want to point out though that so they're like doing a ritual baptismal of a new initiate or something, and they do scarring to like show that they're an initiate. Dude's holding a sword to do this. Wouldn't it be easier to use a dagger?
Yeah.
Like why? Like he has the sword in both hands. He's holding the blade with one hand.
Yeah. Also, the
holding the handle.
The way he was using it would have needed to have been very sharp.
Very sharp.
That's all I'm saying.
And if it's sharp enough to do that, you don't want to hold the blade.
Exactly.
You cut your fingers.
They could have sharpened just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Bark, bark. So,
but they do this ceremony and everything, right? And they finish up, and just as they finish up, they're like, "Bring on the brewskis!"
Bruce, like, whoa, bruh. It went from horror film to Animal House in
and
0.3
they're
seconds.
just doesn't matter how powerful they are, doesn't matter how culty they are, they're still douchebag frat boys.
And they did a great job of keeping it lowbrow when he walks up to the girl chained to the wall and he's like, "So what's a girl like you doing in a place like this?" Blah, 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 blah.
That almost sounded like Shaggy.
Like, you guys, we're totally in an underground lair with some chained up chicks. Somebody get the sandwiches.
Well, they have beer. They should have sandwiches. I looked it up because I was curious as soon as I heard that they were Delta Zeta Kappas.
Yeah.
I looked up if there was an actual Delta Zeta Kappa.
Well, there has to be.
There is. Surprisingly enough, though, it's a sorority. The Delta Zeta is a sorority. So there's like hundreds of Delta Zeta and then a new Greek letter.
Okay.
I guess that's how frats and sororities work, is it's the Delta Zeta chapter, or it's the Delta Zeta sorority, and then there's the chapters. Mm-hmm. So the Kappas in this scenario that's their chapter.
I don't know if you noticed, everybody, but we are not frat boys.
No, we didn't go to those kind of colleges.
No. Well, I mean, there's fraternities at every college. I was not in one.
I was in a community college, though. Are there fraternities in community college?
See, now that's a good question, and I'm going to go with I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. The whole point is we're rich. And
the reason I brought this up is I'm curious if the show got any backlash for using a real fraternity letter assignment, especially because they took a sorority, Delta Zeta Kappa, and turned it into a douchebag rapist frat.
Yeah. Something tells me they probably did not get any backlash because this was basically pre-internet.
Yeah.
Shit didn't get around.
If this came out today, they would have got so much backlash.
Oh, they'd have gotten fucked across
this
the map.
This whole episode would be squashed so fast with the Me Too movement.
Completely.
And, like, the Me Too movement is about these douchebags.
But the point of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is that it enabled and provided the seedling of the Me Too movement.
Right.
In ways.
This show did, in a lot of different ways, start the conversation.
Yeah.
With episodes like this, where, like, date rape is literally the plot, it's fucked up.
It's just Monster of the Week. It's not even that date rape was the plot. That was a plot device, sure.
Okay, it was the plot device they used.
Yeah. And it's not like they were trying to portray it in a approving way.
Right. It still bothers me.
Sure.
Anyway, from here we cut back to the school. It's the next day. Willow and Buffy are talking about how Buffy's going to this party. I want to make note here that this is the first instance we have a noticeable character change, outward appearance change in Willow. She is wearing makeup and jewelry.
Okay, I didn't notice.
It struck me as a little out of character. In a way that, like, obviously she's growing.
Other side of the same coin, I thought it was interesting that Xander had absolutely no problem with the idea of Buffy. I don't know if he thought that Buffy meant that she was going on a date with Cordelia or that she was just hanging out with Cordelia. But either way, he was like, what? There's no cocks in the picture?
Yeah.
Fine.
He's, like, so happy that she's blowing off Angel.
Yeah.
To go with Cordy, and then realizes, oh wait, Cordy's going to a frat party.
And this is where I noticed again. I was like, does anything come out of his mouth ever that's not an ulterior motive disguised as an overly protective paternal figure with a little bit of wit?
Yeah, not really. The only times that he does have those moments is when he is not specifically only interacting with Buffy.
And just like the beginning of the episode, it feels so out of place that he's even hanging out with them. It's like he's a pre-assigned tumor. He's like a discarded prototype of Jiminy Cricket. It's like he's trying. It's like he's trying to be their conscience.
Nice guy Xander, the discarded prototype of Jiminy Cricket.
You're welcome.
On sale today,
everybody. And it's like they're so desensitized to it. They can't even hear him anymore. Right? They're just not even listening to a word he says.
Fuck you, Xander, 3 times in a row for this scene, the next scene in the library. Like, I wrote down that the next scene is in the library. I literally just wrote fuck you, Xander, and I can't remember what the scene was.
All you got was fuck you, Xander, and I got discarded prototype of Jiminy Cricket. Who takes better notes?
One of us is funnier than the other one.
That is also true.
Obviously, you're the funny one.
Obviously, you're the funnier looking one.
I don't know about that.
How was your date today, Rex?
My date was amazing. Thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah. That's why I asked. I wanted to support your point, because I'm your friend.
Well, we're going to cut that long silence out.
That's the best awkward silence I have ever heard on microphone.
We were totally just staring each other down.
That is staying right where it is.
I think it should, honestly. I'm not shitting you. I think it should.
I'm not shitting you either, Rex.
Oh, God. What was the next scene, goddammit?
Not shitting you near as much as you're shitting me orally.
Ew.
Ew.
Does it have to be poop jokes?
They're so easy.
You're better than that.
Eh.
Okay, you're slightly better than that.
Doesn't mean I don't like to roll around in the dirt, Rex.
That's not dirt. It might be brown. It's not dirt.
It doesn't make me not a pig. All right? Christ.
You totally are. What is the scene in the library?
It's hard for me to say anything cool or witty or at all. I can usually make a few vowel sounds and then I have to go away.
I don't mean to interrupt your downward mobility.
Yeah, you're the Slayer
I
and
just wanted to
we're
tell
like the Slayerettes.
Oh, please.
What did you write?
So, Buffy shows Giles the bracelet and explains...
Right,
that's...
we didn't even mention she found the bracelet in the graveyard with Angel, and Angel knows there was blood on it.
She explains how she knows that there's blood on it because of Angel. So Xander makes a catty comment. Go figure.
So from the library, we cut to another weird ass poster. This one is specifically about drinking. The caption on it says, "Not everyone who drinks dies."
Yeah,
and the dude's face is horribly mangled,
fucked up. Yeah, well, he looked kind of like the zombie kid.
Yeah. He looked like he looked maybe like Frankenstein's monster or something,
exactly.
like stitched back together. And there's flyers under the poster that say alcohol kills, and it's just a random background item.
Yeah, they really try to ram it home with the posters in this school.
So much. It's ridiculous.
So hallway scene. Did we establish yet? Okay, so Buffy lies to Giles about the party.
Yep.
Because she said she wants to go help her mom who's sick.
Yep. And so they're talking about it in this scene.
Xander and Willow disapprove, kind of, but still go along with it. Xander's all about orgies.
Yeah, so this is when Willow mentions that she always thinks that frat parties have orgies or some crap like that.
Is she wrong?
I don't know. I've never been in a frat.
I've only been to one, and I cannot confirm nor deny.
You know what? Write into beerwithbuffy@gmail.com and let us know if your frat has orgies.
Please estimate the percentage of fraternities that you believe have regular, preferably only consensual orgies. We don't want to know about your rape orgies.
No rape orgies.
Please.
Let us know where the consensual orgies are, and then we can plan a tour.
Yes. And if you're having any rape orgies, call 911 and you've won a prize.
You've won a prize. Just give them your address.
Head on down to the police station and let them know where your local rape orgy is, and they'll give you a prize.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what it is.
It's a really good prize. They walk up to Cordy. Cordy looks at Xander and is like, "Oh, you'll be rich someday," or something like that. And then she's like, "Maybe in Bizarro World."
In Bizarro World. Yeah.
Why does Cordy know what Bizarro World is? Do you know what Bizarro World is?
It's specifically from Superman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's opposite world.
Yes.
It's how Cordy should not know what it is.
She is not geeky enough to know that in the 90s. No.
This is a huge lapse of character.
Yeah, being a geek wasn't cool yet.
By far not.
Nope.
We're at least minimum 5-10 years out.
You are a closet geek, Cordelia. We're on to you.
And then I just wrote again, "Fuck you, Xander."
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah,
with
because
Xander. You tell him to go fuck himself, and he just keeps coming right back.
And not having fucked himself. Like, he's proving unreliable.
You there, Xander, go fuck yourself. And when you get there, continue fucking yourself. And when you get back, fuck yourself again.
Oh, man.
On today's episode of Beer with Buffy, we regurgitate as many memes as possible.
So, Xander and Willow are separate at this point from Cordy and Buffy. Xander is nice guying it up with Willow.
Well, meanwhile, Cordy is lecturing Buffy about the party, saying,
Yep.
do's and don'ts, don't wear black, silk, chiffon, or spandex. These are my trademarks. Don't do that weird thing with your hair. Buffy's like, what weird thing? Don't interrupt. And I was like, yeah, Rex. And then I had a couple quotes of the day.
I try not to interrupt. It's hard.
So
I wrote down the entire fucking interaction between Willow and Xander here.
Okay.
You want to protect her.
Yes. Okay.
Willow looks at Xander and she says, you want to protect her? Mm-hmm. Prove that you're just as good as those rich, snotty guys? Mm-hmm. Maybe catch an orgy?
If it's
not
early. Yeah, I got the one right before that where Xander's like, Buffy's going to frat parties. That's not a skew, that's cockeyed.
I forgot about this.
Because Willow calls it a skew. And then she's like, a skew means cockeyed. He's like, oh. And then is a giant billboard for Coca-Cola.
Yeah. This interaction, to me, is the epitome of why we call him Nice Guy Xander. Mm-hmm. Because he is pissy as hell about her going on a date with boys. But he wants to join in an orgy. Fuck you, Xander.
Yeah.
No, he's just shy of calling her a whore for wanting to go on a fucking date.
Uh-huh. He needs to prove that he's the nice guy by going there to protect her.
And maybe he'll get to join in an orgy instead.
Maybe catch an orgy. And his best friend who's into him understands this and is okay with this.
And she's still into him.
And yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Search me. So
then we're at the frat party.
Yep. I got a couple quotes from the very start of it. Did you?
Right. Pretty much here we're at the frat party for most of the rest of the episode. Thank God.
Right.
I get really tired of their constant, this scene, we have 2 lines. Cut to a new scene, we have 1 line. Cut to a new scene, we have 1 line. They really need to trim down their editing a bit.
I just think it's pretty interesting how it's extraordinarily reliable that the first 20 minutes of the episode are very dense with setup, and then I can really just relax for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And just let all the pins that they've set up fall down, and it doesn't require near as much note taking.
The first half takes most of my notes.
Right.
The last half literally only ever takes a page.
Exactly. So I got a couple of quotes of the day here out of Cordelia.
First off, oh my God, Cordy can't fucking drive.
That is also correct.
Comes to park and slams right into the fucking car in front of her.
Way to perpetuate a stereotype here, guys.
Yeah.
So Cordy's like, are you ready for this? Buffy says, I don't know. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Me too. Let's go. How about that peer pressure? I thought you were going
to mention when she hits the other car, she's like, why do people park so close?
My only thought about that was, well, that's just more narcissistic behavior out of Cordelia, but
yep.
I just expect that and glaze over it at this point.
Yeah.
And then they get inside.
Buffy is not up for nor having any fun in this fucking party.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck did she even come? Out of the goddamn gate, she's like, I don't want to be here.
Another quote of the day, though. Cordelia's like, you know what's so cool about college? The diversity. You've got the rich people and all the other people. And I was like, you sure know how to make anything sound shallow, but you're not wrong.
No, it's not.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. And all the rich people are white.
What? Are you saying America whitewashes things?
Yes.
Since when?
Forever.
Now I know.
We're not even done yet with our forever.
I learn something new every day from you, Rex.
Good.
Especially from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Good.
Occasionally from you, but mostly Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'll take credit anyway.
Hey, got your steak. Hey, got your steak.
So, enter Xander.
Xander breaking into this damn frat party is hilarious.
Falls in through the window and immediately stands up and takes a Jello shot.
Did you notice the set design on this set?
No,
That there are literally full drinks sitting everywhere. Every fucking surface has 3 to 4 full drinks sitting on them.
I did not catch that. No,
It's to me, it's particularly awkward because like no one just is like, oh, I'm done with this drink. It's full, but I'm done with it, and set it down and walk away. And there's bits where there's only one character in the entire scene, and there's like 8 fucking drinks on the goddamn table next to him.
I mean, have you been to a party?
Not a college frat party.
Doesn't even have to be a frat party, just a college party.
Right, but they're not full drinks. People still take their drink with them around the goddamn room.
Right, they would be at
thing.
least half empty, if not mostly empty.
Yeah.
You're right. I give points for Xander, though, because he so sorely needs them. At least he knows how to dress like a rich asshole.
He does.
He pulled that off really
shirt
well.
and all, man.
I mean, it's just a polo and slacks. It's really, or khakis.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
No, but he had enough forethought
He
for
did.
that.
Yeah.
You know, kudos to him on that, I guess.
Right?
This bullheaded fucker screams from across the room, a new girl!
Oh, the guy was like literally a bull.
Yeah.
Like starts flailing
and
his
he's
way
like, a new girl!
across the room.
Ooh, and starts running at her at full speed. And he's like, what are you going to do? Fucking tackle her? And like murder her because she's standing right next to the fucking wall?
I thought he did a better job of acting drunk than, what's her name from the Spike episode.
True. I'll give you that. It is good drunk acting. But,
Sheila.
Yeah, Sheila.
Yeah.
But, like, what is his plan here? He's, like, gonna kill her by tackling her against the wall?
That's, I mean...
But Tom...
Have you met a jock? That probably was his plan. That's kind of the point.
Fuck, you're not wrong at all.
I know.
But Tom, like, zips in from out of frame and is like, here, have a dance with me. And grabs her arm and, like, zips her out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's cartoonish as hell.
It was. It was funny, though.
It was funny.
It was good timing. And this guy is so fucking smooth and does a fantastic job of not looking like a creep, but I'm not convinced.
Right.
Not even a little.
No, and you know why you're not convinced? Because no 22-year-old worth being a human wants to sleep with a 16-year-old.
Right? Yeah. I mean, wouldn't she be 17 at this point?
So fucking what?
Just throwing that out there.
So what?
Yeah.
Ooh, she's still in high school.
Still in high school. That alone should be a massive turnoff.
Yeah.
For any college student.
You can't take her to a bar.
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass just having friends that can't go to a bar.
Yeah, fuck that.
So anyway.
So yeah,
we're slightly alcoholics.
Tom is a pedophile.
Which,
doesn't matter that he's super nice.
Oh my god.
Really? You had to add your own fucking sound effects?
Guinness.
The reality wasn't good enough?
For those of you who don't like living in reality at all.
So, Tom and Buffy stop dancing. Buffy walks outside after seeing Xander, who by this point has been caught as an interloper of the party, and they have decided that he's a new pledge, and he's in a padded bra and a wig, and they're forcing him to dance.
The only reason that I can accept that as being something that could have happened, because based on the one frat party I've ever been to...
In this area, you're the expert in this room.
He didn't even need to sneak in through the window. But considering there's a secret society with shit in the basement that they need to hide, then okay.
Yeah, exactly. And Buffy sees this, but she doesn't see Xander's face, so she doesn't know it's Xander. She steps outside, where she steps on some glass from the window that the woman had come out.
Yeah.
And she looks up and sees the window. First off, she's standing under the balcony, and somehow she can see above, like, the window that's on the balcony. And, like, the camera angles did not work.
And the window was boarded and all the boards were crooked.
It is a fuck ton of rich people.
You're right.
And this is 2 fucking days after she went out that window.
Yeah, they could have had somebody in there to fix that the next day.
Right?
Like that
At like
morning.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
8 a.m. the next morning. And what, you couldn't clean up the glass? What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, okay, it's a dumb plot hole, but it's annoying to me.
And then Buffy falls for that old gag where she drinks a drink that somebody else poured for her.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Well, and this is the second time that Rich, the dude's name is Rich. God,
Oh, that fucking guy, yeah.
His name is Rich. I don't know of a bigger douchebag name than white boy named Rich.
Yeah. Who happens to be quite rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize to any Riches out there that are actually good people. But
not.
your name's horrible. Change it.
I don't apologize.
Go change your name, Rich.
I'm not sorry.
Rich, if you're a nice dude, Rich, and not a nice guy,
give us a call and we'll be the judge of that.
We'll help you pick a name. Yeah. We'll help you pick a name. It won't be good, but it won't mean you're a rich douchebag.
You know when the movie Richie Rich came out, I didn't know anybody named Rich, and I was in like middle school or something.
Right.
Somebody told me they had a cousin named Rich, and I was like, bullshit. Nuh-uh. That's not
Rich
possible.
is just a shortened version of Richard.
Yeah, I know.
Technically, my grandpa's name was Richard, but my grandpa went by Dick. And you know what? I don't know why any Richard would choose that.
Dick didn't used to mean dick, so...
My grandpa was a dick, though.
Extra funny story about the name Dick. One time I was in training at a new job, and one of my new coworkers was named Dick, and one of the HR ladies came in and was like, hey, I'm looking for, He's like, you can say it. It's Dick. The lady turned beet red. He's like, go on, say it. Say my name.
Say my name.
And she was like, Dick. It was priceless. Priceless. So...
You know what? I think we just found the one reason, if your name is Richard, to go by Dick.
Or not to. Right. God, that's mean.
Dig this. Dig this. Sorry you had to wait. Fire, beheading. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Sunlight. Hurry up, sweet dreams. Holy water, usual. Oh yeah, I hit him. With what? A desk.
I do want to mention that this one roofied drink fucks Buffy up.
Yeah.
Doesn't her being the Slayer, like, give her a higher tolerance to this shit, maybe?
I mean, it gives her super strength. It doesn't necessarily give her...
She's tougher than other people, though.
Yeah.
Like, she can take more hits.
Well, obviously, they're establishing in this episode at this moment that, no, she doesn't. That's all there is to it.
She stumbles through the house. She ends up to a bedroom.
She has not spent her life building up an immunity to iocane powder. I'm sorry.
Apparently.
Come on, Rex. Give us an inconceivable. Give it.
Inconceivable!
There it is. Thank you.
Are you happy?
No, that was terrible.
I'm not an actor.
I've had better.
I'm sure you have. Anyway, Buffy stumbles her way through the house and goes to a bedroom.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That was awful.
I wasn't trying.
Hello. My name is Name.
Your name is Inwigwo?
Shut up.
I am Inwigwo Montoya.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You ruined my podcast. Prepare to die. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Anyway, she stumbles through the house and ends up in a bedroom. I thought it was funny that when she walks into the bedroom, she bumps the dresser and then apologizes to it. She passes out and Rich the Dick comes in.
Rich Dick.
Yep. He comes in and he's about to outright rape her.
Well, he touched her face with his thumb.
Still.
No, he was probably going to rape her.
He was going to rape her.
You're right, but still, they didn't really establish that very well.
Cut back to the library. They figure out who the girl was by the bracelet, which is weird and a dumb plot point.
I really thought that Xander was going to have a little heroic moment where he, did something smart and of his own accord without having to have the approval of somebody around him for a second. But no, he just accidentally meets up with the gang.
Exactly. And so Willow comes clean about lying to Giles about where Buffy is, and they rush to the frat house. By this point, the party has been over. Xander gets kicked out. He notices that Cordy's car is still there, and he sneaks around, and he found a robe somehow. Why they're throwing away a perfectly good robe, I don't understand.
It was probably covered in blood. I don't know.
But I do have a quote of the day here. Just as they're about to head into the house, Xander has a good callback line here that I want to point out, because Angel's pissed, super pissed, and vamps out, and Xander looks at him and says, "So that's a guy you want to have at a party?"
Yeah. Oh, that was his shitty line that I was referring to earlier when they were in the library.
Right, because they're talking about Angel, and it's like, well, that's not the kind of guy you want to have at a party.
It was when Buffy was explaining that Angel could smell the blood on the bracelet.
So they rush into the house, and the wrap-up here is really fast.
It's so anticlimactic.
I will say, though, they summon this snake dude.
Yeah.
And the fucking costume work on his outfit is awesome.
The makeup work was excellent. The floating effects were dumb.
Oh, yeah.
He was so obviously on strings.
Yeah, but he looked like a snake man. It was great. And Buffy decides that just as the snake thing's about to grab Cordy, that she's the Slayer and strong, and she rips her chains off the wall.
Maybe now's a good time to rip these chains out of the wall.
You couldn't have done that earlier?
Yeah, cutting it a bit close.
Yep. So she kicks ass and then ends up fighting Tom, hits him, gets the sword, uses the sword to kill the snake dude by cutting his torso off from the rest of the body.
Pretty much just cut his tail off.
Yeah.
I mean, so we don't know how long he is.
Right.
Whatever. And it looked like a pretty weak swing too.
The last line that Buffy says to Tom, though, is pretty good, because she tells Tom, you talk too much, which is hilarious to me because multiple times in the episode, Tom says to her, I know I talk too much.
Right.
So she got another good callback line, too. Talk about a really easy to kill god, though.
Yeah.
One sword, dead.
Just another instance of a cult worshipping a demigod or a monster in mistake of a god.
Well, they show that apparently later on they actually show what this lizard thing did for them. But the wrap up here is pretty fucking quick, where they're like, "Oh, you're going to jail." How they're turning them into the police, I'm not sure.
The police who aren't there yet.
Right. They really glaze over how this wraps up.
Completely.
And then the next scene is there at the Bronze, and Xander is reading the paper. And that is where we get what happened after that point, where he explains that the police found a bunch of bones for dead people ranging back to the 50s.
Yeah.
And apparently hundreds of Delta Zeta Kappas they have stocks crashing, and they're losing money. They're going bankrupt.
Oh, that's
because
what
the power of the lizard is gone.
That's what the snake dude did for them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, the very
I thought
tail
that was
end here,
because they had been found out that they were killing girls.
No, it was, well, that too, but also because the magic is gone.
That
the
makes
snake
sense.
Dude gone.
That makes sense.
Or at least that's how I read it anyway.
Anyway, I got a quote of the day from Giles when we were still back in the lair, and shit was wrapping up in the lair. I thought it was a nice serious quote for a change. He has a nice little moment with Buffy where he learns his lesson, and he's like, "No more pushing, no more prodding, just an ordinate amount of nudging."
Yes, that was a very good line.
Yeah.
And I hope it's proof that he's finally grown. What is it with the male characters in this damn show that they don't grow?
Definitely a pattern of male characters repeating past unacceptable behaviors.
Exactly. And so at the Bronze for the wrap-up with Xander reading the paper, Angel walks up to the group. Buffy's talking about Angel when Angel's not in the scene. And then Angel appears in the scene, and Xander says, "Angel, Angel, Angel. Does every conversation we have to revolve around that freak?" And just at this moment, Angel walks up, and Xander looks at him and goes, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And goes right back to reading his paper. And you could tell he knew for a fact that Angel heard him, but he didn't care.
Yeah, that was an excellent moment. It's almost like they could be friends. Aw.
The next bit, Angel goes, "Buffy." And then Buffy goes, "Angel." And then Xander goes, "Xander."
Oh, that makes sense now. I was like, why? I don't get why he said his... I mean, it was funny, just because Nicholas Brendan has impeccable timing. But
yeah,
I would like to point out, now we know what the bronze serves.
Coffee!
Coffee and muffins.
Coffee and muffins.
It's just a fucking coffee shop.
It's a very fancy bar-like coffee shop.
Yeah, great. That's neat.
I guess, yeah.
Like lattes, specialty coffee, not just crap coffee. So that's neat. Gur?
Gur-arg.
Arg.
Gur-arg.
Grarg.
Is this for me? I must be ready. I need my strength.
Give me more! Night, I shall walk in the earth. Hold on. You've got something here.
Fuck this episode.
Yeah, seriously.
They could have made a couple of small changes that would have really made a difference. Don't tell us that it's the frat boys right away that are the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Add some fucking suspense, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what is with... The fight with the mummy girl was shit. The fight with this snake dude was shit.
Yeah, he wasn't even vaguely menacing.
Like, okay,
like he was scary looking.
She's the Slayer. She's badass. Make her fight something, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
2 Creature of the Week episodes where the climax is shit.
I think they had to throw a lot of bullshit episodes in really quick when they doubled the amount of episodes they were doing.
Maybe, yeah, that's possible.
I think this is more of a realistic explanation thing than an artistic explanation.
What was your quote of the day?
My quote of the day.
Find it yet?
No. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. I gotta give it to Xander. Or no.
Again, why does he get more quotes?
No, I'm sorry. I'm giving it to Willow.
Okay, good. Willow deserves more quotes.
Yeah. It's the one that involves Xander. So Willow says, "You want to protect her? Mm-hmm. And prove that you're just as good as those rich, snotty guys? Mm-hmm. And maybe catch an orgy if it's on early."
You know what? I'm picking the same fucking one.
No, you can't pick the same one.
I have to. It's such a good bit. It's such a good bit.
All right, what's your second choice?
You know, okay, fine. I'm going to give my quote to Willow as well. But hers, I'm going to do with their charmed lives and their movie star good looks and their more money than you could count. I'm hating.
Mm-hmm. Cool. It's a double Willow.
Yay.
It's a double wubble W.
Willow needs more points in this. You know what? One of our listeners who's really, really bored, I would appreciate if you could tally quotes of the day and see who's winning. Because I think it's Xander, but I'd like to see if Xander has competition.
I intended at the beginning of this to keep track of our quotes of the day and post them in the description.
Yeah.
We haven't been doing that.
God, no. That sounds like work.
I might start actually notating while I'm editing and make that happen. Maybe. So, how did you feel about today's episode, Rex?
It could have been so much better. I guess it wasn't bad.
I completely agree. So everybody, please subscribe, like, share. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter as Beer with Buffy. Check out beerwithbuffy.com for a list of all available streaming options. Email us anytime with questions or concerns at beerwithbuffy@gmail.com. And as always, a big thanks to our composer, Benjamin Alexander. Rex, did you have anything to say?
I did not.
This has been Beer with Buffy. I'm Josh.
I'm Rex. Have a good night.
Iguanas.
Fucking iguanas.
I don't even know where I was going with that mom synopsis.
No.
You are the Slayer. Lives depend upon you. I make allowances for your years, but I expect a certain amount of responsibility, and instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult?
You don't like the color?
You have a sacred birthright. You were chosen to destroy vampires, not to wave pom-poms at people.
Why can't you people just leave me alone?
You are the Slayer.
Go ahead. Prepare me.
I'm a watcher. I haven't the skill.
Oh, come on.
By appealing to your common sense. Common sense. Werewolves, incubi, succubi, everything you've ever dreaded was under your bed but told yourself couldn't be by the light of day.
One girl in all the world.
Common sense.
One girl in all the
Common
world.
sense. Was a bit, British, wasn't it?
Wait, what have we done? Why are we watching this?